Jai Jai Shama, Jai Jai Sham, Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Dham, Pyari Shama, Pyare Sham, Pyaro Sri Varsanu Dham. Let us try to go again and again to Vrindavan. And deep inside Vrindavan is Varsana, the home of our Shriji, where the mercy is just flowing and flowing and flowing. All we have to do is go there and take shelter of this mercy. Radhe Radhe, welcome to Krishna Bhakti Ras 50.
मनमोहन कान्हा बिनती करूं दिन रैन मनमोहन कान्हा बिनती करूं दिन रैन राह तकी मेरे नैन
There was once a group of traveling saints who entered a city, and they were carrying their Thakurji Shri Vigraha with them. It was evening time, so they needed to find a place to rest. And on the outskirts of that city, they saw a house with a beautiful garden with a small covered portion which was perfect for them. So they placed their Thakurji in that covered portion and they cooked bhoga and offered it and prepared to rest for the night. Now, what they did not know is that house was owned by a Vaishya or a prostitute. She saw them from her window. She was very happy to see them. And it is said that when we see real saints, pure saints, it really changes our heart. And the moment she got their darshan, it softened her heart. And she decided that next morning she will go there and bring some offerings for them. So next morning she got ready. She went to them carrying some gold coins, some presents, clothes, and so many things, and went and placed it at the lotus feet of the Mahant, the leader of the saints. And he received her, but he did not want to receive the offerings till he knew who she was. Because real saints don't just receive anything from anybody. Whatever it is, they will first find out who is the one giving it to them. So he asked her who she was. And she was ashamed to say. She put her head at his lotus feet and started sobbing. She said, "If even you don't accept me, where will I go?" Like we said, her heart had been softened. But the saint insisted. He said, "I have to know who you are." So she told him. And once she told him, he did not know what to do. Because to accept the offerings from her was against Sant Dharma. But on the other hand, to reject somebody who had taken shelter of his feet was also against Sant Dharma. So he was in confusion. He closed his eyes and meditated on his Lord Rangnath. He asked him for guidance. And he saw that Lord Rangnath was smiling. So he told that Vaishya, he said, "If you really wish to surrender, it must be complete surrender. So you will have to sell your house, all your possessions, everything, and from that make a beautiful crown for Lord Rangnath." And you know what? She did not hesitate for a second. Just think about it. How many of us would agree to do that? But her heart was soft. She knew that this was a chance for her to make a change in her life, to give up her sinful life. She agreed instantly. She just requested that the saints continue staying at her place till she is able to sell everything and make the crown. And they agreed. It took her a few weeks to dispose of everything. And she raised 300,000 rupees. At that time, it was a huge amount. And with those 300,000, she had a beautiful golden crown made for Lord Rangnath, filled with jewels and diamonds. And the saint had promised her that if you do that, I will bring you to the temple and I will let you personally give the crown to Lord Rangnath. So he brought her. When they reached the temple, the other pujaris and the other people of the temple, they were scandalized. They said, this is a prostitute, a Vaishya. How come Swamiji is allowing her to come in and give the crown? But what could they do? He was the Mahant, he was the head. So they had to keep silence, they had to keep quiet. So she followed the saint, the Mahant, and entered the temple. But the moment she put her foot inside the temple, her old sins caught up with her. And she got her monthly menstruation and was not in a pure state and could not enter the temple. She was in sorrow. She was in anguish. She said, this was my chance to save, to change my life. What can I do now? She fainted in her sorrow. The pujaris were happy to see this. And the Mahant, he said, what can I do now? I gave her the chance. I had promised her. But maybe it was not to be. I cannot do anything anymore. So he took the crown from her and he entered the altar, the inner sanctum, and brought the crown to the Lord. And the Lord refused to accept it. And the Mahant was confused. He said, Lord, I thought you had approved this. But if I have made a mistake, please forgive me. Forgive me. And the Lord said, don't think that I am angry with you or upset with you. I have accepted her from the day that she agreed to sell everything and surrender herself to me completely. I had already accepted her. But now I want that devotee who has given up everything to change her life, I want her to be the one to come in and give me the crown. I want to accept her. And the pujaris were shocked. She was a prostitute. She was in an impure state. But the Lord had spoken. And when the Lord speaks, who can say anything? Who can do anything against it? So the Mahant asked her to come in. She came inside, but she was looking down. She was in shame. She was feeling guilty. She entered the sanctum. She was in front of the Lord, but she could not even bring herself to look up at him. And the Lord, he was smiling. He was smiling, he was happy with her humility, with her bhakti, with her love. She reached up to put him the crown, but he was too high for her. And wonder of wonders, the Lord bent his head down so she could put him the crown. Man has a great capacity to sin, great capacity. But the Lord has a much, much bigger capacity to forgive us. Only if we show our sincerity and wish to change. So the Lord accepted her. He accepted the crown. And she was changed forever. Her life was changed forever. And this lady, she was blessed. This is what Sant Kripa can do for us. It can change us. It purified her possessions, it purified everything. All we need to do is get Kripa of the saints, serve the saints, and the Lord is already happy with us. Thank you for listening. Jai Jai Sri Radhe, Jai Jai Sri Radhe, Jai Radhe Shyam.
मेरे नैन अब तो दरस दे दो कुंज बिहारी, मनवा है बेचैन मनमोहन कान्हा, बिनती करूं दिन रैन, मनमोहन कान्हा, बिनती करूं दिन रैन।